Name is Jamario Neely, and I'm from DC. I'm attending the Art Institute of Washington. I chose it, honestly, I chose it on a whim for real. Something just told me that I needed to go back to school. I believe that was more God pushing me in that direction, but here I am. My major is film studies and cinematography. My inspiration to become a digital filmmaker, in a weird way, I think it was myself simply realizing that I had so many different stories in my head and so many different creative ideas that they weren't doing anything. So it's just like, you could take this and make a film out of this. And eventually that became the motivation to try to succeed in filmmaking. Recently, it was some works that I seen by Bradford Young, as a cinematographer, that made me, it renewed my fire, if you want to say. It was Pariah, of course, because when I seen that, seeing how he put together the elements of cinematography to actually tell the story, and people probably could miss over a few of the different techniques that he used to pull emotional strings. The more I study this, the more it encourages me to use these tools to create. I collaborate with one director. This is kind of a cheat, but at this point I'll just say Ava DuVernay, because why not? She's been killing it, so and I still realize that even though she's been killing it, there's still more that she's set to accomplish. Why not? It's a tool of expression. It's a powerful tool of expression. It's a medium where you can express an idea visually, and it can be a complex idea. It doesn't have to be something short-sighted. It doesn't always have to be straight to the point. And you can hit different people in different levels with one thing. You can deliver 12, 13, 100 messages through one medium in 5 minutes if you got the skill to put behind it. So filmmaking can really motivate a lot of people. It can help. Favorite film. This is a funny one, but Meet the Robinsons. Right now, I'm gonna say that's the first one that's gonna pop into my mind, and it's because Meet the Robinsons, that was purely motivational. It was, a young nerdy child. He felt basically abandoned by the world, but he was set to become the greatest innovator of that century. He was set to be the scientific genius that he was, and of course at the time period he couldn't see it, but surely with him putting in work and then getting the right people together in his life, that's what he became. This is a cartoon from Pixar, but I try to tell you that one right there, that movie made me feel types of ways, because it's like I know how he felt. I realized that I'm capable of a lot of things, but I think my comfort position right now on set is probably helping around, just lights, positioning things of that nature. Whereas I can do directing, because I haven't taken the time to fully execute but a few of my own projects. I'm not ready to stamp that position. And offset, I'm definitely edited, because it flows naturally for me. It's just like making music. It just flows together for me. So I do music, I do everything I can get my hands on. And once I have a team that can back me up in the same way, I'll be running all of those things, Music composing, I've been doing it for as long as I can remember. In fact, that's the reason why I'm here. I came to this school thinking I was going to hone my music composing skills, and I feel like it was in God's plan to shift me in a different direction, so I ended up being in film instead, and that's what happened. Nice combination of things, some hip-hop, jazz, R&B, the basics, but then a bit of go-go, just because I'm from DC, that you can't mistake the drum line sometimes. That's what it is. And even rock, like, shoot, I love the electric guitar. That's one of those instruments. So it's a nice composition of a lot of different musical styles, because my musical style, my ear is diverse in that way,
I've been around guns my entire life. This is gonna be okay.
Your father was as gullible and pathetic as your grandfather before him. I'm finally back to inflict pain, steal souls, make mortal men cry.
5 years from now, I expect to be traveling. I expect to be, at that point, my career name, it shouldn't be taken off at that point. It should already be in development, but I don't expect to be like some big hot shot or something in 5 years. I do expect to be financially stable past that point, though. So in 5 years, I can see the things that I've been working towards. A few of those items should have come to fruition by that point, including at that point I should be hopefully purchasing my own land. To say my film style is still developing, because I realized that my film style relies heavily on my writing capabilities, and that's where my strength is. My strength is in the creative aspect, and usually in the fact that it's going to be something thought-provoking. So right now, you know, I got a documentary coming up about working at a cemetery, and it's because, one, because I know cemetery workers, but also because I feel like there's a lot to be gained from the idea of working with dead people, and how that adds a sort of inspiration to live your life in a way. So there's something thought-provoking about that. The documentary is going to be in Visually Wide, the cemetery documentary. As with the short film I'm working with, Ellie Android, that should be coming out next year.
Oh, we can start now. Are we ready?
I had no idea what I got myself into, bruh. I couldn't believe it was a real live android. Like, this wasn't no sci-fi movie. The future just really close to us now. And she looked real as fuck. I ain't gonna front, I low-key was feeling something. The commercials had me sold, but when I seen her out that box, my soul was right there, bruh. And then she started talking to me, so, you know, crazy.